Good morning, dear students. I am Sachin R. Gengze, Professor and Head, Department of Electronics Engineering at Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. We are into a present lecture series about the influence of organization and information system on each other. In this fifth and last episode of this series, we are going to discuss about post-industrial organizations. The learning outcome of this session include the student can give example and can explain the characteristics of post-industrial organizations. Since last few lecture, we are discussing that information systems and organizations, they are causing influence or change in each other. This is because the information systems have become integral, online and interactive part of almost every organization and business firm. And these tools of information systems are being used for operations, procedures and processes which are required for a core business of these firms, as well as these information systems are also being used for taking decisions. When we talk about the influence of information system, we can say that there are two types of the impact. The first, which is important from the profit point of view or revenue point of view of the business firm, and that is about the economical impact. The second impact, which is again also important, because we are looking at the business firm from the behavioral or structural point of view, and that is the second part of the impact, and that is called as an organizational and behavioral impact, which include how the business strategy is changing, how the organization culture is changing, how the way the work is being done is changing, how the workplace is changing, and that is also an important aspect of use of the information system. So when we talk about the modern day organizations or modern day business firm, which now we are calling as a post-industrial organization, and which are now using more and more information system. So in this post-industrial societies and businesses, the authority increasingly the managers, they are increasingly relying on the knowledge and competence and not only on the formal position. So the knowledge and competency is more important. Professional workers, which we are calling now as a data worker and the knowledge worker, they tend to be self-managing, self-motivated. They are also participating into decision making as knowledge and information is more widespread, it is being decentralized, it is flowing freely, and it is available throughout the firm. And because of that, whether it's a data worker or the knowledge worker, they are now becoming, in post-industrial organization, they are now becoming self-managed. Then there is a concept of task force network. So this IT may encourage, because of this technological side of the information system, information technology, it may encourage task force network organization, in which the group of employee, group of professional, they come together, they may come together as a team physically together, or they may come together electronically, and for a short period of time to complete a particular task, right? For example, there can be a task of designing a new automobile or new laptop or new mobile phone, and then the team can be assembled and they can come together. And then once the task is completed, the individual can join other task force. So the concept of dynamic team is also is also there in post-industrial organization, which now we are calling as a task force network. Any organization is rather the people in the organization, they always have resistance to change. So, because information systems are potentially changing the organization structure, culture, business processes, the strategy, the way it is being worked, there can be, or rather there is, a resistance to them, or resistance to this resistance to implementing of the information system when they are being introduced. Most common reason of failure of the large project, if you look at this information system project, one of the major reason of the failure of the large project is not because of the failure of the technology, but because of the organizational or political resistance to change. Today's business firms or today's business environment organization can be characterized by rapid changes. So, as you can see, the technology is changing very rapidly. This information systems are very complex because they are distributed and connected through internet. We are not talking of global, we are always talking about the global economy and not the local economy. There is a lot of competition which we are calling as an hyper competition. Today's business has to be customer focused because customer can have a number of alternative or options, and there is always a pressure to produce more with the fewer resources for any of the organization. So, efficiency must always be elevated. So, because of these characteristics, any business environment or any business firm is now witnessing a lot of pressure which comes from the different factors like societal or legal or political or economical or technological aspect. And then these competitive business environment generates a pressure on its stakeholders. So, this can be some of a very interesting diagram. It shows the type of pressure a business firm has to sustain. It includes economical pressure because of the market, then the technological changes or societal or political legal aspect, and you can see there are number of issues are there. Now, in order to sustain those issues or to face those issues, any business firm has to adopt information technology or information systems which helps them, like there are some examples shown like business alliances or electronic commerce or strategic planning or intelligent data management. For this, the various tools of information system can be used by the business firms, and then they can combat with the pressure. So, that is what we are calling as the response of an organization to these pressure. So, the pressures provoke proactive and reactive organizational responses. Now, these responses by the business firm to this pressure may involve or rather involves use of information technology and information system. In fact, in some of the cases, the best way to deal with this pressure is the use of or adaptation to information system. And hence, the knowledge of the IT or IS capabilities is very much essential for doing this post-industrial business. Now, here again we can pause and think about how information technology and information system helps in various ways to combat pressure in small and mid and big size organization. As we know, this commercial organization can be of small size, mid size or big size, and everybody or rather every organization requires support of information system and information technology to combat with the pressure. Another interesting thing about this post-industrial organization is now we are moving from IT to green IT. So, what is a green IT? So, green IT is the study and practice of environmentally sustainable computing or information technology infrastructure. It includes designing, manufacturing, using, and then at the last disposing of the digital devices like computers, servers, subsystem like monitor, printer, storage devices. And then all this should be followed with the minimum or no effect on the environment. The green IT can also be termed as end user satisfaction, management restructuring, regularity compliances for disposal of electronic waste, telecommunication devices, servers, then use of the thin client or efficient use of the energy. All this can come under what is called as the green IT. It promotes to reduce the use of hazardous material, maximizing energy efficiency, not only during production's lifetime, but also how that product will end, means how it can be at the when that cease to exist or rather cease to be used at that time, how it can be recycled. All that will also come under green IT. Green IT or this green computing is important for all classes of system ranging from handheld devices to the large scale data center which are having a huge information technology infrastructure. So, with that we end this lecture. This is a reference for today's lecture. This is, you can find out the material for today's lecture in this particular book. Thank you very much for attending the lecture.